Third star tonight from your Calgary Flames, number 93, number 5, Calgary Flames, number 13,
Today is Tuesday, December 29th. Welcome back to another episode of Hockey Now. My name is Lyndon.
I'm Leroy.
And you'll have to bear with my sickly, deep voice. I've been sick since Christmas Day, and it's been a wild ride, and I feel like crap, but the show must go on.
Yeah, you've pulled through nicely, Lyndon.
It's been a little bit of a rough trip, but this is our last day in Calgary here. We're just recording an episode with our final thoughts from the weekend here. Of course, hockey doesn't stop. There's a game tonight against Anaheim. But let's just quickly talk about the Edmonton game here on
Los
Sunday.
Angeles.
Well, that's on Thursday.
Cut. What?
The Anaheim game is tonight.
I thought we were playing LA.
On Thursday.
Okay, let's start over. That's no good.
No, I'm keeping it in.
Cut it.
I'm keeping it in.
Cut it.
All right. So, Oilers and Flames. Let's talk about the game.
What were our 3 points there, Lyndon? Weetaw had 3 points that were keys to the game.
So the first one was special teams, power play, and penalty kill. Secondary scoring was another one, and as well as limiting our turnovers and odd man rushes. Let's talk about the power play because we had 2 power play goals on Mark Giordano.
2 power plays from the point, shooting through a bit of traffic, picking the corners.
Just some hard shots from Gio.
Really nice shots.
As well, Matt Staging gets a shorthanded goal right when we needed it to. We were down 3-1. That was a bit of a scary moment, especially when you're at the game. Of course, you don't want your team to lose. So Matt Staging gets a shorthanded goal, and that really kind of changed the whole momentum of the game.
Yeah, it really did. You know, we needed that shorthanded goal. Special teams have been, like we talked about, last. So getting that was pretty good. And Staging does so much more than we give him credit for, or than what it shows on.
He's always up in the play.
Scoreboard.
He's always up in the play and doing the work, and he's
a
not always
workhorse.
He's not always putting up points, but he's always doing the work. And that was the first shorthanded goal for the Flames this season as well. So it's nice to get at least one under the belt. Hopefully there'll be a few more to come, and because those are really big momentum changers.
It was like he was destined. That puck is going in the net, and he just batted it right out.
Well,
of the
if
air.
you go back and watch the clip, I can't put the clip in because NHL will strike me down with a copyright. But if you go back and watch the clip, he's basically batting it out of there. He just keeps batting at the puck because he wants it to go in so badly, and it finally pays off. And we're sitting there because we had the front row seats basically, and most of the goals were scored in the second period, so it was great because we were in that
4
end.
goals in our end.
So awesome. We're sitting there and we're like, okay, come on, it's got to go in, and then it goes in, and we're like, wait, it's in? Yes, it's in. So it was that was awesome. It totally changed the momentum of the game because after that, a couple power play goals, and then of course the 5-3 win. So definitely a nice change of pace for the special teams in that game, and hopefully that carries over to tonight's game against Anaheim, as well as the rest of the season.
Yeah, we had some odd man rushes, but it seemed like through the game we corrected that, so that was good.
Yeah, one of the biggest odd man rushes, I don't know if you can call it odd man rush, mostly it's the bad change, is right off of at the end of one of our power plays there. I think Purcell comes off the bench because the guy that was that was in the penalty box goes straight to the Oilers bench, and then Purcell comes on and just winds up with the puck and basically is on a breakaway and ends up scoring a goal. Yep. So those are things that we need to watch for. I didn't hear Ramo banging his stick, letting anyone know that there was a new player coming on. So those are things that the Flames need to pay attention to and make sure that they're aware of the new players that are coming on, because that's a very dangerous play. And obviously, it paid off for the Oilers who got the goal there. Oh, my voice is hurting bad.
Well, I'm letting you talk because you finally have a voice. That's why I've been doing all the talking.
I barely have a voice. Okay, so secondary scoring. Matt Stajan gets a goal. And Gio hasn't had a whole lot of goals this year either, so it's nice to see him.
Ferland got an assist on the power play goal, and he got not on the scoreboard, but he was right in front of the net on that Gio shot. And
Ferland
he
looked a lot better yesterday than he has been in the past. Bennett also had a really great game there. There's a really cool clip. I think it's on our Twitter page. I retweeted it. But if you go and take a look at it, I don't remember who he was hitting, but
Hendricks.
Hendricks. He hits him in like the middle of the ice. The guy goes down and he keeps skating after him and then hits him back into the Oilers bench. It's perfect. So great to see Bennett kind of getting a little physical there. And one thing that I think he said it in one of his interviews, maybe someone else said it, but if it basically said, if you're not able to contribute on the scoreboard, then find other ways to contribute. And we saw that with Ferland last year in the Vancouver series, where he was a very physical guy, and that's the way that he fit into the team. And Bennett's like, all right, I'm not scoring goals right now. I'm going to find a way to be offensive and still be a key player.
I think it's going to come, Lennon. He just got to keep doing what he's doing, and he's all around the net. And that's something... I looked at Taylor Hall was one of the fastest, quickest players for the Oilers. But he's always on the outside. I never see him go into the middle. I don't know that I'd encourage him to go to the middle. That other line, Eberle to assist, he looked really good from the outside as well. But some of these guys got to go to the middle and not just always rely on the big guys on those line like Purcell and the other line mate.
Well, it was that one line that was pretty much dominating the whole game. I didn't see much of the other line.
But the Flames just kept them out of the center of the ice and in the slot zone. And speaking of slot zone, I know you want to talk a little bit about Johnny Gaudreau.
Johnny Gaudreau, he's actually been named the first star of the NHL for this week. Or is it the month? I don't know. But he got first star or something. Well-deserved because he's just an amazing player. I'll throw a picture up on the screen here. And it's the goal that he scored. I don't know if it's the first or second one he scored, but he's got 5 Oilers around him, no other Flames in sight, just Johnny, and he managed to score this goal. And I'm like, how do you have 5 guys covering this guy and you still managed to let him score? So,
I think that's what probably 50,000 Oiler fans are asking as well, is the same question.
But if you watch Johnny, and like it's even more unreal in person. Like we were there for the warm-ups, and just watching this guy just like dangle the puck in warm-ups, this guy is unbelievable. Like just the way that he handles the puck, and he's so small too. Like when you see him up against the rest of the guys, like he's tiny. Like you always hear that, but when you see him in person, he's tiny.
Yeah.
And so like the way that he's able to maneuver the puck and get in between some of these guys and just get in front of the net and score, like it's unreal.
No fear, like his face, no fear, just confident, just out there doing his thing.
Exactly. He's just doing his thing, and it's working out for him. First start of the month, he's got something like 20 points in December or something like that. The guy's unreal, and it's funny to think that this is the guy that we picked 104th overall in the draft a couple of years ago. No one even paid attention to this guy, and look at him now. So, definitely a good. Definitely a good player that we picked up there.
I don't know. Anything else we got, Lennon? I think that
kind of sums up the Flames game there. Just an incredible ride. You probably saw some clips that we took at the very beginning of the episode here.
Don't forget about why did the Oilers head coach McLennan?
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I want to talk about this. Okay, so this is really funny. Okay, so at the game, we were like waiting for the Oilers to pull their goalie, especially after we scored the power play goal, because they weren't on the penalty kill anymore. So we're like, okay, they got 2 minutes left. They're gonna pull their goalie, right?
We're ready for throwing hats.
Johnny
Gaudreau
we had hats.
hat trick, 2 in a row.
We're like, Johnny's got a hat trick ready. Gio's got a hat trick ready. Either one I'd be okay with. So we're waiting for the Oilers to pull the goalie. They didn't pull the goalie. And see, you know what that says to me? That says that Tom McLean doesn't have enough faith in his team for them to score 2 goals in 2 minutes or at least attempt to. And that's really sad because most other teams in that situation would at least pull their goalie with 2 minutes left.
Well, you gotta try.
Yeah, like if you don't try, you're not going to do it, right? So most other teams, if anything, like even if they know they're going to lose, they'll still pull the goalie and try and get that practice in. Like, why give up another goal I guess my point of view is if you don't pull your goalie, well, you're missing out on that practice of being able to at least practice a 6-on-5.
They had 2 minutes something left.
Something like that, yeah.
When we were up by 2. So I still don't understand why they didn't do it. Put your power forwards out there and make it happen. Like, you got to try. And maybe that's why Taylor Hall was so upset at the end of the game and being
he was chirping real hard. I don't know. I really want to do some research and find out who he was chirping at. But yeah, he was chirping off for like a good 5 minutes.
You could tell up front, like he was 5 feet in front of us, chirping at the Flames bench.
He was yelling like it was nuts.
Yeah, he's got a burr under his saddle somewhere, and someone's got to get that out of there or leave it in there.
Well, one thing's for certain: the Battle of Alberta is officially back.
Yeah, it's really good. It's good to see that back.
Like, as much as like it was like really crappy feeling when we were down 3-1 and we thought we were gonna lose. Like, the Battle of Alberta is back, so it's all good, and we won. So Also, Vancouver, winning in regulation is how you do it. You don't do it in overtime. So all you Vancouver haters that are like, oh well, you just lucked out. No, we're just that good. Anyway, Montreal.
They did lose 5-0 last night.
Yeah, they lost 5-0 to LA because they're just not doing well. Anyway, Montreal snapped their 6 or 7 game losing skid. They won 3-2 or 4-3 last night. I don't really care about Montreal that much, but they won.
So what about the big trade, Lyndon? That was a big one.
This is really interesting. Okay, so Ben Scrimmage from the Edmonton Oilers has been traded to Montreal for Zach Kassian, and here's the kicker. Edmonton is still paying 24% of his salary. Like, why? Like, okay, I know you want to get rid of Scrimmage because you got this salary cap and you got to free up some cap room.
I got the answer. Because the last 2 players that went to Montreal, Tom Gilbert and Petrie, are playing amazing. So they said, hey, why don't you go to Montreal, Scrivens, and play amazing? Ben's probably just fist pumping, really happy.
Oh, like,
go get him, Ben.
But even still, like, why are you paying 24% of his salary still? Like, are you that stupid? Like, send another player with him and then don't pay his salary. Like, you're trying to free up cap room. You didn't do a very good job at that, Edmonton.
Maybe there's an under-table deal with Kassian that nobody knows about.
Doubt it. Cassian's a fool. So, Canada won 5-1. 6-1, something like that, and against Denmark yesterday too. They're playing today, and like they're starting right now actually. So,
we got to wrap it up then.
Yeah, we gotta watch hockey.
We got a road trip to get home for.
Yeah,
catch the game.
We got a 7-hour drive to get home. So, yeah. But I think that's about it. It's a good trip, aside from me being sick. So
besides you being sick, hockey game, a little bit of skiing and snowboarding, seeing a few good friends. It's good.
It's been a good trip. So thank you all for your support. There was a lot of like tweets and favorites on Twitter and some comments and stuff like that. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you missed our pregame show, we did it in front of the Settle Dome. That was really cool. I'll leave a link up. My throat is killing me. I'll leave a link at the very top of the corner of the video here, so you can go check that out. That was a lot of fun. Just kind of like chilling in front of the Settle Dome, talking about hockey. So. Other than that, if you like this video, make sure to like button, subscribe for more content. Our next video will likely be at its regular time slot of Thursday next week. We might do an episode this weekend, probably not though. It depends on how the week goes and how I'm feeling, but I expect everything to go back to the normal Thursday time slot now that Christmas is kind of over and New Year's will be wrapping up here right away. So Thursdays at 6 p.m. on Brazen Elements. But until next time, I'm Lyndon.
I'm Leroy.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, let's get some ducks. A little bit of duck hunting.
Roast them.